first to know this because they take their kids to school every day, because they walk home alone after work or after school. So when kids are not safe, the parents will know first. And today we're here from a parent leader of a school that's just a couple blocks away from here. We have the PTA president of IS 187 and a longtime community activist, and most importantly, a former NYPD lieutenant, Mr. Vito Labella.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, everybody. I want to echo what Lee said. I want to thank the NYPD brothers and sisters out there. Wave, give them a hand. Give them a hand, right? This is a lot better than the protest from last year, right? They're smiling. You can't see their face. They have their masks on, but they're smiling. And I worked with Eric Adams in 1989. In 1989, if you can believe it, the subways were a heck of a lot worse. Platforms, mezzanines, full of homeless people, boxes you couldn't move. The mezzanines were flea markets. The trains were horrible, graffiti covered. And in 1989, Sergeant Labella and Eric Adams, Officer Eric Adams, we began the process of helping clean the subway. See, most of those cops out there, wave to them, they weren't even alive, right? So they don't understand this. There's no institutional memory. And for 25 years, we engaged in quality of life, broken windows, zero tolerance enforcement. And guess what? From 1990 until the former mayor started rolling back what we were doing, crime went down every single year. The subways were cleaner every single year. And over a 25-year period, we did something. The subways are the lifeblood of this city. It's what allows the working people to go from one neighborhood to another to get to their jobs, to keep the city going. And the subway and crime in the subway is the canary in the coal mine. Because if crime in the subway goes up, it affects and it impacts the entire city. And it's not enough that we hire more cops. We have to support the cops when we ask them to enforce all of these regulations and rules that Eric Adams said just yesterday that he wants to start doing it again. If Nicole Malatiakis had been mayor for the last 8 years, we wouldn't be here. Well, that was a mistake that she wasn't the mayor, and now we're going to rectify it. We are going to move forward. And when the cops are working their butts off, addressing all of these conditions, and it's not a fun thing to do, and it's not about harassing people. It's about sending the message that the police are watching. And if the police come up to you when you drink a beer or smoke a cigarette in the subway, the person said, oh, geez, I better be good because I smoked a cigarette and the cops came up to me. So I better not rob someone or cut someone's pockets, or God forbid. Do you know that there were 2 cops on the mezzanine in the subway station at Times Square when that poor woman was thrown in front of a train? Because even though the cops are standing there, the people know that they're just standing there with their hands in their pockets. They know that they are being handcuffed. They know that the public does, well, I shouldn't say that. We know some members of this city don't want them to do anything. Well, we're here to tell our cops that we have your back, that when you do and you take action, we will support you. When you make a mistake, we will not throw you to the wolves. That's the #1 thing. Because we're asking them to put their lives and their livelihoods and their families' lives and livelihoods on the line with them. So when something happens, they have to know that we have their back. And I'm the president of PTO 187, and I've been fighting. I see some of my families here, and I've been fighting for this community, for my families for 5 years. And I hope very shortly to continue to fight in a different way, but I will always have this community's back. Vito Labella for New York. Vito Labella for New York. I promise you I will continue to fight for this community.
Thank you, Vito. Yes,